Every single day, inside one building in Nevada, enough battery cells are produced to power more than 50,000 homes. The machines that make them move so fast that the human eye can barely track them. And most of those machines operate around the clock, without stopping, without breaks, guided not by human hands, but by over 1,000 robots working in perfect coordination. This is not a factory in the traditional sense. This is something that has never existed before in the history of manufacturing. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how it's made. The electric vehicle industry is worth over $500 billion today, and it is growing faster than almost any sector on the planet. But the real race isn't just about designing a better car. It's about building that car faster, cheaper, and more consistently than anyone else. And the factory that produces the car matters just as much as the car itself. Elon Musk has said publicly that he considers the factory to be the product, not the car. That one idea has reshaped everything about how Tesla builds its vehicles. And it's why the Gigafactory is unlike anything the automotive world has ever seen. Most people think of a car factory as an assembly line, workers bolting parts together, robots welding panels, forklifts moving crates. That image is decades old. What happens inside the Nevada Gigafactory and its newer counterparts in Texas, Germany, and Shanghai is something far more complex, far more precise, and in many ways, far more astonishing. The scale alone is difficult to comprehend. The Gigafactory Nevada is the second largest building in the world by footprint. It covers more than 5 million square feet. To walk its full perimeter would take you the better part of an hour. Employees genuinely use bicycles to get around inside. But before a single robot moves, before a single wheel is pressed, or a single battery cell is sealed, the story of a Tesla begins somewhere entirely different. It begins in the ground. Lithium, the lightest metal on Earth, is the foundation of every Tesla battery. Most of the world's lithium comes from a region known as the Lithium Triangle, a stretch of South American desert spanning Chile, Argentina, and Bolivia. Beneath the dry salt flats of the Atacama Desert lies one of the largest lithium reserves on the planet. The extraction process is strikingly primitive compared to the high-tech world the lithium will eventually enter. Massive pumps pull brine from underground aquifers to the surface, where it is spread across vast evaporation ponds that turn the landscape a surreal, otherworldly turquoise. Over months, the sun does most of the work, concentrating the lithium until it can be filtered and processed into lithium carbonate, the white powder that will eventually become the core of a battery cell. From South America, this material ships to processing facilities, often first to China, which dominates lithium refining globally, and then to battery cell manufacturers. Tesla's own cell supplier, Panasonic, operates directly inside the Gigafactory Nevada, making it one of the most vertically integrated manufacturing operations in automotive history. Raw material goes in one end, finished battery packs come out the other. The battery cell is the heartbeat of an electric vehicle, and making it is far more complicated than most people ever imagine. Inside the Gigafactory, Panasonic manufactures cylindrical lithium-ion cells, roughly the size of a standard AA battery, designated 2170 cells, and now, in newer factories, an even larger format called the 4680. These names refer to their dimensions in millimeters, but their performance capabilities are what matter. Each cell must hold its charge precisely, operate safely at extreme temperatures, survive thousands of charge cycles without degradation, and be produced in enormous quantities without defects. The cell manufacturing process begins with electrode preparation. Thin metal foils, copper for the negative electrode and aluminum for the positive, are coated with active chemical materials using a process similar to industrial printing. These coated foils are then dried, cut, and rolled with an ultra-thin polymer separator into a tight cylindrical shape called a jelly roll. The name sounds almost whimsical, but the tolerances involved are anything but. A misalignment of even a fraction of a millimeter during winding can cause a short circuit. And a shorted battery cell doesn't just fail, it can catch fire. This is where things get interesting. The machines that perform the winding operate at breathtaking speeds, completing dozens of rolls per minute. Sensors monitor every stage. Cameras scan for imperfections invisible to the human eye. Any cell that doesn't meet specification is automatically rejected before it ever moves to the next stage. The system is ruthless in its precision. Once wound, each cell is inserted into its steel casing, and the top and bottom contacts are welded in place using laser technology. The cells are then filled with liquid electrolyte in carefully controlled atmospheric conditions. Any moisture contamination at this stage can ruin the chemistry of the entire cell. The filling chambers maintain humidity levels lower than the Sahara Desert. Then the cells are sealed, charged for the first time in a process called formation cycling, and tested. By the time a finished battery cell exits the production line, it has been measured, scanned, and evaluated dozens of times. But a single cell means nothing on its own. A Tesla Model 3 contains approximately 4,500 of these 2170 cells, all grouped together into modules, and modules into a battery pack. The assembly of that pack is a feat of engineering that stretches across an area the size of a city block. Each cell must be precisely positioned, electrically connected, thermally managed, structurally protected, and software integrated with the vehicle's battery management system. The cooling infrastructure alone, a network of aluminum channels carrying glycol fluid to regulate temperature, runs for hundreds of meters through each pack. Most people never realize what happens next. Once the battery pack is assembled and tested, it becomes the floor of the car. Tesla's structural battery pack in its newer vehicles is not merely housed inside the vehicle's frame, it literally is part of the frame. This approach, called a structural pack design, means the battery absorbs crash forces, contributes to chassis rigidity, and eliminates hundreds of components that traditional vehicles require. It is an engineering decision that took years to develop, and that competitors are still struggling to replicate. Now, while all of this is happening underground, the body of the car is taking shape above it. And this is where the Gigafactory earns its reputation as the most ambitious manufacturing experiment in automotive history.
Traditional cars are built by stamping individual steel panels, shipping them in, welding them together piece by piece, and painting them in sequence. Tesla still paints its cars, but the way it forms the underlying structure has been turned upside down. The most dramatic innovation in Tesla's manufacturing process is a machine that doesn't look like anything automotive engineers have traditionally used. It looks like a mountain. The Giga Press. Built by Italian manufacturer Hydra, this machine is the largest high-pressure die-casting machine ever built for mass production. It weighs approximately 430 tons. Its locking force reaches up to 9,000 tons of pressure. It can inject molten aluminum into a mold and produce a finished component in roughly 80 seconds. And that component is not a small bracket or a simple panel. It is the entire rear underbody of the vehicle, a single piece of cast aluminum that would previously have required over 70 separate stamped steel parts, bolted and welded together over an extended assembly period. Think about what that means. 70 parts become one. Hundreds of welds, bolts, and joining operations become a single 80-second casting cycle. The weight goes down. The structural integrity goes up. The number of potential failure points drops dramatically. And the production speed increases in ways that ripple through the entire factory. Tesla now uses Giga Presses at the front of the car as well. Eventually, the ambition is a single-piece underbody from front to rear, turning the entire lower structure of a vehicle into something that can be cast in under 2 minutes. No competitor in the automotive world has yet deployed this technology at comparable scale. However, the next step changes everything again. Once the major structural components are cast and the body panels are stamped, the vehicle enters the paint shop. This is often the most energy-intensive part of any automotive factory. Industrial ovens bake the paint to cure it,
operating continuously at temperatures exceeding 150 degrees Celsius. Tesla's paint booths are designed with robotic arms that reach inside door openings and wheel arches to coat surfaces that older systems couldn't access. Sensors scan the painted surface under precisely calibrated lighting to detect imperfections smaller than a fraction of a human hair. A single visible defect means the panel is stripped and repainted before the car ever moves forward. After paint, the vehicle enters general assembly. This is where the interior components, the wiring harnesses, the glass, the seats, the dashboard electronics, and dozens of other elements come together. And this is also where Tesla has made some of its most ambitious and most publicly discussed mistakes.
In 2018, Musk admitted that the company had tried to automate too much of the general assembly process too quickly. Some tasks that seemed suited for robots proved to require the dexterity and adaptability of human hands. The company had to dial back automation in certain areas and reintroduce human workers. It was a costly lesson, and a surprisingly candid admission for a company that had positioned itself as the future of manufacturing. Today, the assembly line reflects that hard-won experience. Some tasks are fully automated. Others are handled by teams of skilled workers. The proportion keeps shifting as the technology improves. The result is a line that produces a completed vehicle roughly every 45 seconds at peak output. Not the pace of a smartphone factory, but extraordinary by any automotive standard. At this point, one tiny mistake could ruin the entire vehicle. The final integration of the battery pack, the drivetrain, the software systems, and the body happens in a process called the marriage, a term borrowed from traditional automotive manufacturing, but applied here to something far more complex. Sensors must align perfectly. Connectors must seat fully. The battery management system must handshake with the vehicle's central computer. Every function must be verified before the car moves under its own power for the first time. Quality control at the Gigafactory operates on a scale that is difficult to overstate. Every single vehicle produced undergoes a series of tests before it leaves the factory floor. Wheel alignment is checked automatically. A roller dynamometer simulates road driving at speed. Cameras inspect the body from dozens of angles simultaneously. Rainfall simulation tests every seal and every window for water ingress. The electrical system is stress tested through an accelerated charging and discharging cycle. Any vehicle that fails any check is pulled from the line and diagnosed. The failure rate is tracked to fractions of a percent, and every defect feeds back into the production system to prevent recurrence. Now, here are the numbers that make all of this real. The Nevada Gigafactory, at its current scale, is projected to produce enough battery cells annually to supply 500,000 vehicles per year. The total global battery production capacity Tesla is building across all its gigafactories aims eventually to reach 3 terawatt-hours per year, enough to electrify a substantial fraction of the world's entire vehicle fleet. The Shanghai Gigafactory, which reached full production speed faster than any automotive factory ever built, can produce over 750,000 vehicles per year, from a facility that took less than 12 months to construct, from groundbreaking to first vehicle off the line. At Gigafactory, Texas, the facility operates 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, consuming enough electricity in a year to power a small city. The supply chain feeding these factories spans more than 40 countries. Cobalt from the Democratic Republic of Congo, nickel from Indonesia and the Philippines, manganese from South Africa, graphite from China. Each material must meet exacting chemical purity standards before it enters the cell manufacturing process. A contamination event in a single shipment can require a production pause while every batch touched by that material is traced and tested. Tesla's delivery network extends even further. Vehicles finished at the Nevada or Texas facilities are loaded onto multi-level transport trucks or rail cars and shipped to delivery centers across the country within days of leaving the factory. International vehicles move by sea freight, with loading operations coordinated to minimize time at port. A car that begins as lithium brine in the Atacama Desert
can be sitting in a customer's driveway in California within weeks.
From raw earth to finished machine, what you've just watched described is one of the most complex manufacturing operations in human history, compressed into a single continuous process happening right now at this moment in at least 5 countries simultaneously. The battery that started as a pond of brine evaporating under a South American sun has become the power source for a vehicle that accelerates from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. The cast aluminum that was once liquid metal is now the structural skeleton of a car being driven on a highway somewhere in the world.
And the robot that welded a component together in a matter of seconds is already welding the next one, and the one after that, without rest, without fatigue, without variation. That is what manufacturing at this scale actually looks like. Not a factory, an ecosystem. A machine that builds machines, continuously improving itself through data, iteration, and relentless pressure for speed and precision. The Tesla Gigafactory is not just a building, it is an argument, made in steel and aluminum and lithium and light, that the future of manufacturing has already arrived. The rest of the industry is still catching up.
So here's the question we want to leave you with. Which factory or manufacturing process should we explore next? Drop your suggestion in the comments below. And if this video gave you a new way of thinking about how the things we use every day are actually built, hit like and subscribe. There are dozens more stories like this one, and we're just getting started.